Last season, Cincinnati split their series with Pittsburgh for the first time since 2015. Today, this AFC North rivalry resumes in Week 3, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, everybody loves to see the deep ball. We know that. We got a couple of quarterbacks here who can really sling it. Joe Burrow of the Bengals, Ben Roethlisberger of the Steelers.
I like your point there, partner, because it is back in vogue. And what I mean is taking the shots downfield, because for a long time in this league, it was all about precision passing, the West Coast offense. But now we've got a couple of guys here who'll take some shots downfield, and they have some receivers who can go get it.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for out.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. They'll pick up of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
Oh, it's real easy to celebrate the throw there, but this was all about the protection because he had all day to sit back, survey the situation, and then really step into that one. He wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of his offensive line, though.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now Joe Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The numbers for Mixon last week, 20 carries, 69 yards.
Well, he's the #2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to #1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's Pirine. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Ray McLeod to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Come on now, let's go.
Steelers here ready to go to work for the first time. And the grizzled vet, Ben Roethlisberger, bringing him out now in his 18th season in the National Football League.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick. But Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early. And I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24. And they can't bring him down. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. And I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turned into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Mixon on the toss right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On third down, Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Ray McLeod deep for Pittsburgh. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think... From the 25 on second down, Roethlisberger looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they start in the best of all positions, first and goal. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction. Another
try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent.
It is.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And Deontay Johnson has seen his share of targets increase in his first 2 years in the league, and last year finished with 88 catches. Continuing to work on grabbing everything that comes his way. A nice catch there.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 2nd and inches, Roethlisberger. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Going for it all. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Brandon Wilson to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field, and still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick, powering his way forward. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. But what a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now there's... On 2nd and 2, Roethlisberger. That's swung out wide to Harris. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point now by Boswell. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting the lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that looks like an extra step was involved.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. That's caught. T. Higgins as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. McLeod now on the return. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Holding. Game.
All right, just call the call. We don't play. Come on now.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round.
On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. Ebron with it over the middle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one is incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Here's Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He will find his man Chase complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And Jamar Chase won the 2019 Biletnikoff Award as the nation's top receiver while at LSU. And the guy who threw him the passes there, Joe Burrow, now his quarterback at Cincinnati.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Joe Schobert, number 4 in the NFL in tackles last year, in to make the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Now Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a pickup of 6.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Burrow able to find Sample. That's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Devin Bush came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he stays up. Higgins, what a catch. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Burrow will throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. taking on the midfield logo. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. The Bengals getting set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On first down, Mixon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
And the Watt family certainly knows how to get to the quarterback. His brother, J.J., he led the NFL in that category twice in 2012 and 2015. And now TJ enters the record books. Led the league in sacks with 15 in 2020, but he plays so hard, he's always around the quarterback. 61 pressures last year, 16 more than the second-place finisher.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw here. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Roethlisberger. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool. 82 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. The return man, Wilson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Burrow. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Wormley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. A handoff to Mixon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And the Ravens have wound up winning that affair. Ben gonna throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Pittsburgh, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1.